should the president of the United States be picking and choosing people who should have jobs based on whether they say nice things about him or not?
No, he got fired before Trump said a word. 46.2.
Actually, Trump
Abby,
called for his
with
firing
a very
last.
simple explanation.
Okay, let me respond to what you said. Trump called for his firing last fall, just to be clear.
Let's talk about what actually happened. $46.2 million in losses on a franchise that's 40 years old. It's old, it's dead, and unfortunately for all of the category, people are geometrically not watching late night TV anymore.
That's Kevin O'Leary calmly explaining what establishment media can't admit. Colbert wasn't canceled by Trump, he was canceled by reality. That's what happens when your entire business model is built on smug monologues and recycled orange man bad jokes that no one's laughing at anymore. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like the left has officially melted down over one of their late night heroes getting fired for being unwatchable. Because when conservatives get canceled, it's considered accountability. But when one liberal host finally takes a loss, it's suddenly the end of democracy. You know, it's always revealing how quickly they forget their own standards. I mean, what happened to consequences? Here's Scott Jennings calling out the absurdity.
Do you think that they're canceling the show because this is what President Trump wanted to let this merger go through?
No. I mean, it's pretty. Look at the reporting on this. On and off the record, executives all over are saying, we had to do it for financial reasons. This is a massive show with a massive staff. It's losing a massive amount of money. This is the nature of the TV business right now. You just are not economically viable if you're supposed to be doing a comedy show that's not funny, that's losing $50 million a year. I mean, only liberals, extreme liberals, would think that we have to keep subsidizing partisan rants every night that are economically not viable just because. Why? It makes absolutely no financial sense. He works for a for-profit company. Don't you have to turn a profit at some juncture? And he's not doing it. And, you know, there's a lot of people in this general business right now who think that I exist to go after Donald Trump at all costs. But no one stops to think, do I exist to make money or not? Maybe these things aren't compatible when you cut out half the country from your possible audience.
You know, it's amazing watching Scott Jennings be the only adult in the room while everyone else scrambles to make this about Trump. I mean, if attacking Trump got you fired, nearly everyone in establishment media would be unemployed. O'Leary absolutely nails the entitlement of it all. Colbert made $15 million a year to say what every other late night clone was saying. When you're one of 30 Jon Stewart knockoffs mugging for the camera with the same tired punchlines, don't act shocked when your show loses half its audience after the first commercial. The market spoke, but instead of accepting that, they're lashing out, trying to paint this as political revenge. Here's Brian Stelter and the cast of The View pretending democracy is under siege because one anti-Trump entertainer finally got canned.
If you believe, as corporations or as networks, you can make yourselves so innocuous that you can serve a gruel so flavorless that you will never again be on the boy king's radar? A, why will anyone watch you? And you are wrong.
You know, Brian, we're also seeing some of the biggest names in comedy weighing in on this decision. What do you make of the reaction that's unfolding right now?
Stewart giving voice to something that many American liberals are worrying about right now. And frankly, I would say this is something that has been bubbling up for months at this point. Are TV networks going to keep supporting political satire and free speech at a time when President Trump's campaign of retribution is rattling corporate America? You know, there's been a long history in the U.S. of comics having a lot of space and room to poke fun at presidents, as well as the network executives who run the parent companies. But right now, fans feel that tradition is under threat, and it relates to a broader fear about institutions caving to Trump and quieting political dissent.
You know, it's always been the role of the court jester to make fun of the king. Yeah. That is the role of comedians. I have said on this show, I think I said it years ago, when they start coming for the comedians, all bets are off. Because the king he's supposed to take the hits.
Everyone should be concerned. People on the right should be concerned. People on the left should be concerned. Because it's very clear that if it is political, this is the dismantling of our democracy. This is the dismantling of our Constitution, right? And so the First Amendment is the First Amendment for a reason, and that is freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom to speak truth to power. If that is taken away, if the comedians are being attacked, then that means our Constitution is being dismantled.
That's right.
I mean, this is peak delusion. Stelter and The View act like Colbert being fired is some sort of constitutional crisis. These are the same people who said nothing when regular Americans were doxxed or fired for having the wrong opinions. They didn't lift a finger when people like Megyn Kelly got canceled for saying something milquetoast. But now it's different. Now it's one of their friends. You know, there's nothing more pathetic than millionaire celebrities melting down on TV because one of their own got a dose of accountability. The meltdown over Colbert's firing is the perfect snapshot of elite leftist entitlement. This is a man who spent years browbeating conservatives, crying about Trump, and parroting the same smug lectures every single night. And now when the money dries up, he gets to go out like a martyr, backed by his rich and famous buddies sobbing for him on camera like they just lost the First Amendment. I mean, this isn't fascism, it's just capitalism finally doing its job. Gutfeld is the only guy pitching from the right, and he's beating them because people are tired of being insulted. This isn't about freedom, it's about control. And the left can't handle losing even one voice in their echo chamber. But let me know what you think. Was Colbert's firing just business? Or are the media elites right to be concerned about attacks on free speech? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!